What an incredibly sad time it is. The passing of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth. May she rest in peace. I wanted to make this video to say how inspired and motivated I've been that across all communities within the UK we've seen that adoration and that utter respect that you would expect to come from a populace that has looked up to, admired, respected and been supportive of an institution, somebody who has embodied, reflected, represented and stood for all those Christian values that we as a Christian land, as a Christian nation have secretly known, not just at 3:15 or 3:05 on Christmas Day when she does her speech, which I will miss personally so very much. Not just on those special occasions where she's addressing the nation, but that symbol of courage, stoicism, bravery and hope. A little piece of us has died along with Queen Elizabeth, and rightly so. It's time now to remember, if we can, as hard as it is, put to one side the sometimes socialistic, sometimes far left, sometimes radical, sometimes just plain hatred, the evil. If we can put to one side the evil that we've seen as is a byproduct indeed of social media. We have access to everything, that's the problem. So if we can just put the saturation of nonsense and of evil, which is exactly what it is, some of the things people have been saying, if we can put that to one side and focus on what's important, and that is the beauty of the situation, and that is that we can mourn together, reflect together, and cry together. We can unify, because that's exactly what Queen Elizabeth would have wanted. So forget the darkness, guys, forget the hatred, forget the things that are being said. Republicans have come forward saying, no, respect where respect is due, and rightly so, but forget the darkness and forget the evil. We must remember what she stood for, the symbol that she was, the symbol of hope, that of Christian values. This is, after all, a Christian land. So tolerance, yes. Acceptance, yes. Invitation, of course. But what she stood for lives on and breathes now in all of us, every single one of us, devout patriots, those who understand the story of Jesus, that in the Bible, and of what it is to be Christian. She leaves that duty, that responsibility, not just in handing over to King Charles, but to every single one of us. And it is with great humility, dignity and respect that we must all now in responsibility, not just in handing over to King Charles, but to every single one of us. And it is with great humility, dignity and respect that we must all now inherit that and grow stronger and move forward as a nation based on the values, the core values indeed, of which she, at every public address and in her personal life, lived by. That now sits on our shoulders. It passes down. Time of sadness, great sadness, but of inspiration and motivation as I am finding it. And I join you, I ask you to join me in focusing on that, her message. This will help to unify us in what is an incredibly difficult time. May she rest in peace, and long live the King.